Good afternoon.
Hello, everybody.
We are here for another Fun Fact Friday, and we've got Philip Howard here. And remind me what we're going to talk about today?
Well, I'll just go right into it. Back in the mid-1970s, my father wanted to take me around to the different graveyards of our own family graveyards on Ocracoke. And as many of our listeners know, there are more than 80 graveyards scattered around the village. But he wanted me to see where my immediate family is buried. And he wanted to show me where his grandparents, Tillman, William, and Elizabeth Howard, not Howard, O'Neill, are buried on my grandmother's side. And so that would be my great grandparents. So my dad took me to the graveyard, and we discovered that my great grandparents, Tillman and Elizabeth O'Neill, didn't have stone markers, they had wooden markers. And unfortunately, Elizabeth's marker had rotted and probably washed away. And I was surprised to see my great-grandfather's marker. It had broken off at the base and it was propped up against a tree. And I looked at it and I thought, well, I really should remove that from the graveyard, but I didn't feel like I wanted to move a grave marker from the graveyard. So I went home and I thought about it for several weeks, and I thought, if I don't go back and get that marker, and then replace it with a stone marker, somebody's going to carry it off. Maybe, some college students on spring break, or somebody's
or a storm.
Or a storm's just going to carry it away. So several weeks later, I decided I was going to get it, and I went back up there, and lo and behold, it was gone. It's just exactly what I feared happened. And I inquired all over the village and put it in the OPS newsletter, and never found what had happened to that grave marker. And it just disturbed me for years that I didn't go take it when I had the opportunity, and I lost it. And then about 35 years later, I had a call from Deanna Locke, who was at that time the administrator of the Preservation Society. And she said, Philip, someone just brought in the museum a wooden grave marker that they're pretty sure came from Ocracoke. And I said, immediately, is it Tillman O'Neill? And she said, yes, it's Tillman O'Neill. I said, that's my great-grandfather's marker. And she said, no, Philip, it can't be, because he died when he was 10 years old. Oh, I thought, okay. I said, I'm coming down there. I'll come down and take a look at it. So I went down and got a look at it. And actually, let's walk over and look at the marker itself, okay?
It's been hiding in plain sight in this video the whole time he's been talking. I wonder how many people picked up on that.
There's the marker right here. And I'm going to put a light on it so it makes it easier to read.
I'm going to come up. We're going to do it a little at a time. It won't show the whole thing. But
okay. It reads, some of it's weathered away, but in memory, the M and the Y is all that's left, of, then Tillman, T-I-L-M-O-N, that's his first name. W is his middle initial. His name was William. O'Neill, O-N-E-A-L. Born, B-O-R-N-D, July 1, and this date you can't read, but it is actually 1845. And it says age.
Yep, there.
And Deanna didn't see these two marks, and all she saw was this and this.
Because those are the most
prominent,
yeah.
and thought it was 10 years old, but he's actually 40 years old. So age 40, and there must have been a Y for year. 2 months, TWO, and MUNTH, month, 27 days. And some of it, of course, is missing. So he was born July 1st, 1845. He died September 28th, 1885, when he was 40 years old. So I got the marker, brought it home. It's hanging on my wall, as you can see. And then Joyce Spencer, who is my second cousin, and some other relatives got together, and we purchased a stone marker for both Tillman and Elizabeth that's now in the graveyard where they were buried.
And you knew where it was, partly because you knew where they were buried, but also the indentations, correct? Were still...
Well, the marker was just propped up against a tree, but Joyce knew precisely where the graves were, and there was that indentation.
From where the casket had rotted and sunken
right.
in.
So today, I've got the marker in my house, and I wonder how many of our viewers have grave markers hanging in their living rooms.
And I wonder how many
would want one.
Exactly. I always say it adds to the ambiance of your house. So there you go.
Most people don't know it's a grave marker until I tell them.
So Fun Fact Friday, some people in Ocracoke have grave markers in their houses.
In their living room.
And many of us have graveyards in our backyards. So
exactly.
There you go. All right, we'll check back in next Friday and give you more interesting Ocracoke information.
Enjoy.